I've been with the Colorado State Patrol for 17 years.
So I actually started my career in law enforcement about 15 years ago. I worked for another department prior to this. I was at the Golden Police Department for 11, and I've been here for almost 4 years in Arvada. Yeah.
I do. I'm in a new position. I've been in a new position for the last year. So that's one of the cool things about the State Patrol is, you think about being a cop or being a state trooper or being out writing tickets, doing those types of things.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of avenues throughout my career I've gotten to do. Not only be a cop, but I've learned hazardous materials response and training and those types of things. And as I've worked up through into management. So now I'm a major and I'm in charge of a group of people.
Cool. Absolutely. Greatest job there is.
My daily routine as a major is it's Monday through Friday. I don't work holidays, usually work holidays or weekends. Still on call for significant events that would happen. So if things went bad down at like the state capitol or whatever, I would respond down there in a management or type scenario. And then my daily routine would be, most days are filled with emails and meetings. So first thing I do, unless I have a meeting, I sit down at the computer and answer emails that I got late in the afternoon, the day before, or start on that to-do list.
Me personally, not a whole lot because I'm a supervisor at this point. But case in point, for example, tonight, so I supervise a team of anywhere between, let's say, 7 and 14 cops, depending on what the shift is. Tonight I have 14 officers in all. Back here we do have 3 arrests currently that they're on. People are in custody back here. There's arrests almost every night, I would say. Somebody ends up with something. But my role is different. Like I said, I supervise them. They're on the street, the officers. They're doing their jobs.
All right. My grandfather was in the state legislature for 37 years, and he always had a very great things to say about the Colorado State Patrol. I mean, he obviously was, in the legislature, and we work closely with the legislature. We're funded by their decisions, and he always had great things to say. I always kind of knew that I wanted to be a cop, but coupled with my grandpa's, influence, and then when I got done coaching and playing in college, I had to get a job, and they were one of like 3 agencies that actually paid you while you went through the academy. So you actually got hired, you started getting a paycheck to go through the academy. So that was my draw right there. So a couple of those 2 things together, and that's how I got started down that road.
Sure, the hard ones would be involving kids. That's probably the most part that's there. Then, of course, your fatalities or anything that's really simple, those aren't, or similar, I should say, not simple, but they're trying on you, I would say, at that point. And then, of course, in every career, there's those ones that bother you, and there's ones that don't. And usually, for me, it's the kids. When kids are harmed or something goes wrong, those are hard to deal with. But you got to get through it and work at it and make sure you do your case right so that it's justified in the end by the victim. That kind of thing.
So. Lots of learning, and really just a constant desire to improve and be better and make the organization better. I got lucky. I've had really great supervisors and mentors. I've spent time with good people that influenced my career and influenced me to do certain things that set me on the path, like leadership classes, getting outside of my box, out of my comfort zone, and kind of pushing me to open my mind, those types of things. So, I mean, really, it's the influences that the people that I worked with and for, mentors throughout, that got me to where I am today. When I started in college, at Mesa, where I went to school, didn't have a criminal justice degree, so it was sociology, and then it was an emphasis on criminal justice. So my major was sociology, but I took additional criminal justice classes.
I did. So I have a bachelor's in criminal justice. But then I also have an MBA, so I have a Master's in Business Administration.
Okay. How long did that take?
4 years for the Master's, and then I went for another year, 13 months for my Master's in Accelerated.
What other training did you have to do?
Police Academy is a basic, so you go to that, and that's run in about 22 weeks. You go to a basic police academy. When you get out of the academy, then you enter what's called the field training program, so that's in the department. Recruits get trained, and they go through another 22 weeks of training while they're inside before they're actually allowed to be out on their own. And then they're monitored for the first year on the job. And that's called their probationary period. So it takes quite a bit of training. And then throughout the year, we go through ongoing training. Not every month, but it's outlined throughout the year. So quite a bit of training. Like I said, what I think is so great is that you have a front row ticket to the greatest show on earth. So I mean, we get to go places, do things that not the average person does. We get to see things that not the average person does. Sometimes they're not the greatest things you want to see, but we're the ones that call for help. So it gives you the opportunity to help people.
So, cops.
So what I learned about cops is they're kind of like the military protecting citizens in America. They're protecting us from crime, even though we might not like them sometimes if they give us a speeding ticket or something like that. They're just doing their job and making it a safe place for us to live.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also learned that Sergeant Williams, he was the second guy we interviewed. We went to the Arvada police station, and he was a pretty cool guy, but he mainly emphasized on safety of people, and that was his, he's just trying to protect everyone. Whether he kills someone, he's doing it for the safety of others.
I learned that it can take a lot of hard work and dedication to become an officer, so you work hard.